it's Stampin' with Amore, and today I'm sharing a little teapot treat holder. This is using our Tea Together stamp set. I told you I was going to use this again. I knew I would with this little teapot because it's super cute. So it looks like this when you look down on it. And the box is actually, I think, like 1 1/4 by 2 by 2. So you can fit some little candies, a pair of earrings, anything really sweet. But wouldn't that be cute for like a ladies get together for a little favor or party favor, for even for a little girl's birthday? It would be so cute. And so this is what I'm sharing today. Now when I created this one, I did the mirror stamping for the back. But you don't have to do that. I'm not going to show the mirror stamping today. You can leave it plain cardstock, or you can use the designer series paper over it. If you do the mirror stamping, you have to cut this out by hand, and it's a longer process, so I didn't want to do that. But if you really want to stamp this side too, which it's the back, it's not that critical that the back is stamped either. And you can just leave it plain and just have the front, because the front is so cute. Alright, so let's get started on this because it is a little bit of a big shot work here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp right on my designer series paper with the little teapot. I'm going to use Memento Black, the Tuxedo Black for this. So we're going to stamp 2 of them. And we need to cut out 2 of these pots out of cardstock and 2 out of the designer series paper, just to make this a bit sturdier. So there's our 1 pot. So we're going to have to run it through 4 times. And I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to stamp my little rose and run that through, and we can color it after with our blends. So there's our other pot. And now I'm going to grab a little piece of Whisper White. I just had it right here. And we're going to use the Memento Black again for the rose. This rose is super pretty. Oh, I think I got my really inky stamp pad out. And we'll color that one in after. I have to be real careful with this because this pad I got, I don't know what was wrong with it. It just was so inky. It's really terrible. So now we're going to go ahead and bring up the big shot, and we're going to do our big shot work, and then I'll show you how to put the box together. So let's grab that, and we'll grab our framelits. So these are our framelits, and these framelits are the Tea Time framelits. And if you spend $100 during celebration, you can get these free. And they coordinate with the Tea Together stamp set, which is this one right here. This is super fun and adorable. It's going to be great for Mother's Day. I'm sure I'll figure out a Mother's Day project to share because this is just too cute. And I'll link in my video the little teapot or the teacup that card that I did. Trying to line this up just right. And we're going to run this one through. So we'll have one of our teapots. I need to get my little piercer here. We're going to do the other one. Don't ever be afraid to stamp on your designer series paper. It is super pretty. And it already, I mean, you have your pattern right there. No coloring or anything. Okay, so here's our other one. And now we have to cut out 2 of these with our cardstock. And I'm using Flirty Flamingo to cut these out. I don't think they're both going to fit on this piece, so we'll just do one at a time. That's a little bit too narrow, but these were scraps that I had, so I'm using them up. And then we're going to do this flower. I love the flower itself. It's so beautiful. And then I'm going to color that with my Stampin' Blends. Okay, so there's our flower. And I think that's everything for our big shot. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and we will do the box. And for the box, your piece of Flirty Flamingo needs to be 5.5 by 5. Yeah, 5 by 5.5. And be careful when you score it, because you want to score, the measurements are very close, so you want to make sure you're scoring on the right side. So this is the 5.5 side. We're going to score it at 1/2, 1 3/4, 3, and 4 1/4. And then you're going to turn it and you're going to score it at 1/2, 1 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5. Oh no, not 5. 5 is the last thing. That's all you're going to score. I wrote down 5 by mistake, but it is 5 inches wide. All right, so let's go ahead and start cutting these. So the side that has the 1/2 inch, that is going to be the top of it. So we are going to cut this little long piece off right here. And I'm going to cut in on here because this is going to be our little glue tab here. And we're cutting these two off as well. And then we're going to cut up each one of these. And now for the top of the box, I'm cutting all the way down each one of these, and I want to give it some inside flaps. So this is the reason I'm doing it this way. So cut down each one of these. And then we can cut off this one here. And then you're going to cut this. There's no score mark there. This is just to give you your little flap for the inside. So it's about a 1/2 inch. Do the same on this side. And then cut each one of these. And I'm going to cut this in too, so box closes up really well. And then on the bottom ones, we're going to do every other one. Because the 2 inside flaps and then the 2 outside. So your box will look like that. Alright, let's get that out of the way and we are ready to put this together. I need to grab my bone folder. It's hiding underneath here. And we're going to sharpen all these score marks. It's a little box, but it's super cute. And I made it wider because I wanted to be able to fit enough, candies to make like a little favor type box. I'm going to grab our, use tear and tape on this, or your Tombow. I'm going to use the Fast Fuse. I'm almost out, so I'm going to be using my Tombow a lot more. I'm actually using it a lot more. And then we're going to attach that. We are going to fold these 2 sides in. And then this is going to be a little bit different because we're going to turn the box sideways. So this doesn't matter which way it's going. It's just so much easier to have this opening going sideways on your teapots, because then you won't have to grab around the teapot. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'll show you here in just a minute. So here's our little box. I'm going to go ahead and we are going to use Tombow, and we are going to attach our teapots here. And when you're doing this, make sure you got them going the same way. Now this is where this gets a little tricky, and I should have done this a little bit different. I'm going to just use this. I should have turned it and stamped it the other way, and I forgot to do that. So we're just going to use the back as a plain piece of cardstock. So we're going to go ahead and add our designer series paper. Like I said, if you want to mirror image stamp it, you can do that. But you want the T spouts and handles to be going the same way. So that's why in the other one I mirror stamped it. And I did do a video not long ago on mirror stamping, and I could put it in the description somewhere in here. I could put that video in there and you can see how it's done. Alright, so now we're going to add this to our box, and again this is going sideways where you open it, and we're going to attach this to the front here. So I'm going to use Tombow again, and this is really good to use Tombow so that you can make sure it is standing up good and it's even, and the box is not showing anywhere. So we're going to turn it around, and we are going to adhere this one to the back. So you can see it doesn't matter if the back is stamped or not. I tried everything trying to get it, and what I did on the other one, on this piece, when I used the designer series paper, I had to turn the paper upside down, and then I had to put my, let me see if I can grab the frame so I can explain this if you want to do it this way. So what I did was I turned the designer series paper upside down, and then I put it on here like this, ran it through the big shot on this side so that when it came out it matched this side, so that it was the same pattern on both sides. I hope you understand that. Alright, so now you don't even have to mat this. I matted it because I thought it was super cute matted. So we're just going to take our matting pieces, and I don't think I gave you the measurements on those. So on the matting pieces you're going to need two pieces that are 1 1/8 by 1 7/8, and then this is for the top. It is 1 1/8 by 1 1/4. So again, I'm going to use my Tombow to add it. And then we'll do the sides. It's important to make sure when you're adhering it that your teapots are up so that this doesn't rock all over, and you have a firm, you can set it on a table and it won't rock anywhere. And then the last one, I'm going to put a little bit more on there. Oops. That's one thing about the Tombow. You have a little time before it dries, so you can move it if you misplace it. Alright, so there it is. Now we are going to go ahead and color the little rose that goes on here, and I'm using Flirty Flamingo. Okay, so we are going to color our rose, and we are going to use the light and dark Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just going to outline it with the dark, and then we are going to just fill in. And I like to do a little at a time on this because the ink dries really fast, so I like to just do sections at a time. And I always fill in a circular motion. But this is so pretty. for this rose. And like I said, I usually color first and then cut it out, but in this case, this rose is so big it doesn't really matter. And if you see any kind of lines, always go back over the part that you outlined and blend it back into the flower. So isn't that pretty in that color? And then I'm using the light and dark Old Olive, which I didn't grab, I forgot. Light and dark Old Olive for the leaves. And these I'm just outlining as well. It goes really pretty with the Flirty Flamingo, the Old Olive does. So look how pretty that is. I just love this little rose. It's super pretty, especially when you color it with your blends. Look at how pretty it is. Now what I did was I used some Wink of Stella on here, the clear, and gave it some sparkle. It's beautiful. See if you can see it in here. Oh, I don't know if the light will catch it, but there you go. Maybe that a little bit. Super pretty. And then I'm using our All My Love ribbon combo pack. You've seen me use this before if you follow me. This is the Flirty Flamingo, and I'm making a double bow for this. So I'm going to cut enough so that I can have a double bow. This ribbon is so delicate and so pretty. And it comes in a combo pack. It has this Flirty Flamingo and it has the Lovely lipstick, and it's the wider Lovely lipstick. Alright, so I'm going to cut this end and then we're going to make our double bow. And you want it big enough so that you can kind of spread it out and it be, because we are placing the rose on top. I'm going to use a glue dot for this. So I'm going to grab the glue dots. This ribbon is so delicate, it likes to untie a little bit, so keep that in mind if you're using this ribbon. It can be a little particular. So we're going to set that down there, and then we're going to adjust our bow. Alright, so we are ready now to put our bows on. I'm going to have to trim those, and I'm going to use dimensionals for the back of this. So I'm going to use some of my side here, because that's what I have. You can use a couple of glue dots on this bow to make sure that it's down. And then we're going to just put this bow, or the flower, right on top of that bow, and it will keep it in place now. And then we're just going to trim these ends. And I'll sit here and fool with this forever till I get it exactly how I want it. But I think that looks good. So we're going to leave it at that. Alright, so there it is. Super, super cute. I really love this one. It's really adorable. Again, if you want to mirror image stamp to have the back one, you can, but you can see that if it's plain, and even if you use the designer series paper and not stamp it, it would be really cute. And so that is it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If you need any supplies, you can go to my blog at stampingwithamore.com and shop right from my blog. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I will catch you in the next one. I'll see you later. Bye.